Now it's there. When we saw players like Mojer as well as San just struggling to find kills, they were offline. They weren't really factors into the game, but once they finally got heated on up, that's when we saw NAOS really take down Sharper.
Yeah, it's a really cool composition that they're kind of bringing out here. KO, Neon, you got the Chamber as well, throwing it all the way back to the old days of Chamber when he was wreaking havoc. You don't see a lot of teams opting for that, but it worked for them up against Sharper Esports. It was 14-12, I will give it that, but
yeah,
hey, a win is a win. That is the only map record that they have played on this map in this season, in this split. So yeah, we'll see what they have in store for us here today.
And way too much flexibility for NAOS, right? But we get now into the action. Mojer, snap back, rendezvous to get out of there. There's danger. But then Potter! That is just magical. Full sense. Draw first blood, sure. They're gonna give up space towards B, but they still have utility to stall NAOS here.
They gotta get the spike down though. It's only just last here to deter them for the time being, or they're gonna take control over Snowman as well.
San wants to go for the peek here. Savvy as well with the plants. And San, of course, can get a lot of space with this Neon. Saw it before versus Sharper. Potter peering through the window and checks the corner. Now Potter is good for it. Full sense already finding two. Make that three for Potter already. Things looking strong for defending champions with 4 here in position. Apinia clocks PTC. And that's NAOS. We're falling in the first pistol. Full sense with the advantage.
That was great awareness coming from Full Sense. Last, I will give him a little bit of credit, right? He didn't go too early. He waited for the rest of the team, fully cleared out Snowman first before they took the fights on. And that was so methodical, right? And to kick things off, Potter with a beautiful kill right there. Potter almost half checking that corner, but yeah, once you clear out that portion of the map, the retake becomes oh so much easier.
And if you've seen the results from Potter especially, right? There's so many great Thai duelists and Potter putting his name in contention as well in that field. But NAOS Esports now, I still want to see what the plan is with this composition. Because watching them versus Sharper back then, it really was just them out-clutching them in certain aspects. Full sense though, a bit more solid of a game plan. You have that Gecko for those flashes in the spike plant. You have the Viper as well. Now, though, good hit kill. On B they go. Snakebite being set. Perhaps Lad's not gonna go for it. Sephiroth also stunned up for now, but now as they get into post plan.
Right there.
Oh, they try to move around the pillar, but yeah, they're just too kind of lackluster in terms of the weaponry, in terms of the utility. 3 versus 2. Spike's gonna be defused right in their face. Nice attempt for the white swing, but nothing to be found right there. Full sense, they only lose 2 players. And they win the second round.
And Full sense, keep it feisty. They don't overcommit themselves, and we've seen that be a response from Full sense once their opponents go for the flood. Now, as they got so much of that space, right? And they even had the coordinated double swing in the end. But Full sense keep it very calm. And it's a big reason why they get so many anti-eco conversions. They keep it super cool to get everything going.
Scanning ahead.
Yeah, well, Apinia trying to get a bit of that intel or priority as well. Spotted for NAOS. Mojer as well. I think for Mojer, him finding shots with the Headhunter, those can be key here early on for NAOS. Now the gun's into play, the Aldrin as well. Spotting the Chamber out. In Full sense, doing a good job to keep tabs on Mojer throughout the past few rounds. On the other hand, Valden on the lurk, moving from Alter Ego here to that NAOS squad to form up such a mixed roster, right? Outlaw in hand. Potter still in position here. The rest of NAOS trying to make the play into A. Seems like Valden wants to make that noise happen. Dart now gonna get broken. Aldrin as well from Savvy 8K. Alarm bot looking to stall for time. San wants to get into that backside. Fast lane set onto the corner. Here we go now with another swarm in position. Still has the fast lane actually. Now we go into it with the backside control. Apinia, he's just walking in this highway. Apinia somehow spotted now in the cross. San and PTC on the board. The clap gets nothing much done. The stun doesn't find anything. But San here going close. Potter though in position. It's 4v2.
Last player standing.
I mean, truthfully, I was predicting a few things on the play there, and interesting enough, NAOS got to save so much more utility than expected, right? Coming into that backside. The fact that San still had that fast lane, big cover, big disruption, and all the space NAOS needed, they got it.
Turret out.
So far so good though. For NAOS, once they got the buy, didn't also force the lurk there. Full sense on the other
Scanning
hand.
ahead.
Patient play, courtesy of Laz again. Dart broken quickly, but that's already a signal for Full sense that the pressure is towards that B site. Hasn't been successful for NAOS though. So far on this part of the map, PTC looking to regroup, but NAOS now angling themselves to play onto B.
You've even got the chamber still waiting towards this A site. But the main attack is here towards B. Or we're gonna be picked up as well. But you've got Zan so far deep. See if you can find an opening pick just based off this lurk play.
Yeah, the screens drop, and San now has the space to work with on the site. Potter as well suppressed. He's not gonna feel confident to play immediately here.
Revealing
Full
enemy.
sense,
gonna
they're
expect
have
him
to wait
there.
things out. Yeah, and he just PTC. Oh,
30
Savvy.
seconds left.
And be in position. PTC though on the board. Now's already with the one. Opinion though, even the spray, a double falls to his hand. And Savvy 8K into the corner. Dart not the best though. Full sense trying to recover here. The swing out. Punish. Opinia on point. Mojo's lurk also spotted here. Double swing coordinated well. All Full sense now on this retake. What can Valda do at this point, Colden?
Well, he's gotta go absolutely Super Saiyan. And while that is not even gonna be the case, doesn't even get the wingman off of the spike. And now they had so much advantage, right, Dax? You can see them creeping up close down at the bottom of the B site. And they did, in fact, get the first kill. They caught Full sense off guard. But after the first one, right, after Leviathan goes down, you can see Apinya around the corner. I mean, he's a new player to the squad, but he's been so diligent, aware of that mid push coming in as well. Calls for the attention of his teammates to watch under tube, and yeah, one by one, NAOS get a little bit hot under the collar. They fumble the bag, and now they're back down on a really awkward buy.
Yeah, it's that homecoming for Opinia. Just getting back to active competition with a roster, or honestly, an organization he's familiar with. Savvy, though, sending out the drone. NAOS, they're gonna give up B a lot quicker this time. Regroup with Mojer. Pistol and a few bullets on that headhunter to try and put the pressure towards A side.
Revealing
Hard to go in, all the utilities in play, but Full sense have got to play a full 5v5 retake setup. They've got all the utilities they want. How do they want to navigate this one?
Overrun in PTC! That is just so strong from him. 2 for 2 though. San on the board as well. Lightning fingers. Seems like the shutdown because Potter is on a rampage again. 3 has been a marker of success here for Potter on the side of Full sense. And the little shark hunting for Savvy. Seems like Savvy 8K able to survive for now. 1v2 ahead though. The Marshal needs to sing through. Potter low HP. A single shot should do him in, but Sephiroth steps on up and Full sense find the fourth.
Oh man, the double kill that we found, that was everything. But yeah, Full sense, again the trade frags. You can see them always playing together. PTC the one to open things up, but still, Potter top of the site, no one there to answer back. Sephiroth wreaking havoc as well. There's just no answer, and yeah, very important timeout now being taken by NAOS. They can't let Full sense be just running around the side like that. They have to shut them down at the final, or at least at the first contact. You cannot let Potter find that kind of multi-kills that he has. The trade frags, communication, whatever it may be, well, NAOS has to sharpen things up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think Potter is getting away with so much more than he technically should with some of these positions. He's at the heart of NAOS. He's still finding these 3Ks, and that's the confidence enough for Full sense to just say, okay, our duelist is doing this, we have the space to push anyway, and that's how they win out some of these retakes.
You can see the coach really being active right now.
Oh, I like that you pointed out, Coldan, because I've seen from NAOS, there are times where Amix is going to take the whole time to talk to the team, but there are also times where I see Savvy8K, the one talking mostly in these timeouts. So there is a lot of communication for NAOS, especially given, of course, that there are these players that are a bit more newer to that Filipino style.
Yeah, that's very much true. You gotta all be on the same page, right? One hive mind, in a sense. And well, Full Sense, they are literally the embodiment of that hive mind. Everything is flowing like water right now. Initial contact being found, but yeah, Leviathan's gonna be forced back. But look at this push, triple man push from Full Sense down towards B. Now it's none the wiser to this. It's just a trip in between them and a full gunfight.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Either way
hold.
here, they need to respect it though. And
Yeah.
Trademark is gonna say, hey, Full Sense is here right behind you. And if they just
How
knew,
long?
if they just knew that they were just this close to one another. You think if you bonk the container of one side, they're gonna hear it from the other?
Not the container. Imagine.
Oh, here it though. Hunter's Fury. That's gonna pierce through any single wall. And Savvy8K gets the mark at the very least. Perhaps Full Sense
Oh.
here. Oh, Opinia's fallen. Mojer, that's a big kill. And not only that, Valden now found by Leviathan, but that chamber still around towards Kitchen. That spike not planted as of yet onto A. They really want to clear out anyone playing at the rafters. Sand in that position, but Savvy's the one after the flash into the peak. Blades, though, pressure from both fronts. Leviathan winning that fight. Sand now showing on up as well. Cloudburst recover. NAOS now trying to fight these 1v1s across the map, and it's working. Skirmishes seem to be the answer here, but because of the positioning, PTC's all alone. That spike, it's vulnerable. Full Sense can go for it. 2v1, Mojer too far away! And unless he can surprise Laz here from this angle, this is over in the blink of an eye. Protected by Potter! Full Sense with the Fist of Fury in the end.
A ridiculous round for Full Sense to win. What the hell was that, Dax? I mean, you had the chamber looking up towards Kitchen. He was drawing so much attention. You got Zan coming in, running from the rafters. The flash was great, but the missed shots that did him in. Moja, 1 HP, still managed to do it. Laz pushed up, and all of that chaos. And then the retake was just so beautifully orchestrated between the last two players.
Ooh.
You know, if it wasn't a tech pause, I'm pretty sure NAOS would have called a tactical one because that was all over the place.
Yeah, and I want to say that there was a sense of order from NAOS, even though it was a very skirmish-heavy round. That you get the 1v1s, but I saw PTC
Vision.
he didn't plant that spike immediately, right? They did want to make that play outside of A first. They know how much of an advantage it can be to have the numbers on the attack. But that second time, when Laz's lurk just found so much value, that's when it just got so concerning for NAOS Esports.
Yeah, it all started with that triple man push down
Yeah.
B, respecting the trip. And honestly, if NAOS just planted in A and I think just played a normal post plan setup, at least being a little bit aware of a flank, the round might have been a lot different.
Yeah, and it's just tough. It's just tough when you know that, okay, now there's no one on that side. It's free.
Yeah.
But hey, this is just really what Full Sense does best, right? They know the win conditions of their opponent. They know their own win condition, and they prioritize how to play towards that spike very well. I love the fact that Potter is always also trying to assist his team without the double up from Potter and Leviathan. That could have been that pop flash play, getting value for NAOS Esports.
Yeah. I mean, how often do you see a KO flash popping in screens from the attacking side, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
them being so privy to that potential, I think that just speaks volumes for Full Sense.
Yeah, well, it's that experience, it's that champion mindset from
You
Full
want to
Sense,
play?
aware
Let's
of many of
play.
these scenarios. But here we have it, the Tour de Force.
Oh.
We hear the golden gun brought out. It's always a pleasure to see a chamber. But
Yeah.
in terms of results, it's gonna be tough. Mojer needs to find kills and fast.
Been a while since I heard that voice line.
Yes, sir. I didn't
Have to
even know
hear
what
it
the
from time to
trademark.
time.
Dude, I didn't know the trademark for around 20 seconds. I was like, what is that even called? What's that little spinny thing?
The ball
The ball. The orb.
on the floor.
It went like a cascade. a coffin, a cemetery, a graveyard. But Potter now has to back away from the screens. Enough of the thesaurus. It's into the action. We go over at A. Hunter's Fury, though, it's going to make it tough for Naos to plant. Mojer, nice shot on the Sephiroth, but he can't handle the lightning bolts from afar. Spike planted into the 4v4.
Oh, and the Null Command invested. That's gonna cause a little bit of concern for the retakers. Now Zan spotted up above. Nice try with the relay bolt, but it's not gonna detect onto anyone. He jumps above. Oh, fancy footwork. Oh, but he still gets eliminated. Apinya turns on a dime, assists his teammate. And in the pit, oh
no.
Smoke screens around. They're not sure where things are happening or where things could happen. The Violent just steps in. A triple kill comes in from him. As Full Sense just mop up this eco.
Yeah, impressive clear from Full Sense. And yet again, we see how calm they are despite the pressure from NAOS, right? They understand they have to respect the Tour de Force. Hunter's Fury, Viper Spit, sure, but it's a better gun game anyway for Full Sense. And even with the ambition from NAOS, it seems like for the past few rounds here, Coldan, I want to say for NAOS, I like the attempt, but Full Sense just has the answer anyway.
Yeah, and push comes to shove, every single player on Full Sense can just rip your team apart. Leviathan just too cautious to win a little bit and just went in the pit by himself, picks up a triple kill. It's an average day in the office.
Yeah, all good. And
Revealing
just the
area.
post plans really for Full Sense. The retakes have been so strong so far. Only one round where it's all about eliminations here. Sando seeing Potter, and for the first time in a long time, Potter finding no value into a round. That's a good opening here for now. It's taking care of business early on.
They know the Sova's here as well. I mean, now they do, definitely. So the drone to spot out a player, nothing to confirm it, but Full Sense getting the inkling that it's gotta be an A-side commit. So you got the Killjoy in for assistance as well. The Viper Wall comes up, and the attack from NAOS being set up.
Watch that. On to Pipes. Gonna force NAOS to push. Apinya trigger
Clear.
discipline. Let Sand go to just victimize Mojer instead. They thought they assumed, and assumptions can be deadly. But Valden PTC tried to be lethal as well. A 1v2 now. Valden having to cross through that toxic terrain if he wants to find success onto the site. Now put down here by Laz. Apinya also pushing. Sees one, sees a second, but too late on the transfer. Nice try for Valden, but Laz, of course, has been stellar in these last moments.
They don't clear the first corner, Dax.
Yeah.
And despite them getting the first opening pick, I mean, 5v4, that's a great advantage. Leviathan picks up a double kill. And look at this, even in the 2 versus 1, they take the initiative, they push together. It's a concerted effort from Full Sense yet again. It gets them 7 rounds on the board to the 1 of NAOS. And that one single round, yeah, that was just the anti-bonus of NAOS. They haven't posted a single gun round of theirs.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I'm thinking for NAOS, though, coming into the playoffs, it's been a bit interesting because when NAOS had slightly more solidified roles in the group stage, now in the playoffs, right, we see so much more flexibility from them. Well, sure, San is your main duelist. PTC, Mojer, and Valden have been playing a medley of different roles, especially in the playoffs. You know, PTC doing incredible work with Yeoman, and then suddenly Mojer's the one on smokes. Valden can play a duelist, can play this Viper. It's just, NAOS has so many ideas. But then, Full Sense is just executing so much better, and I really feel that the scoreline, even though it's very one-sided looking, some of these rounds were a lot closer for NAOS to begin with.
Oh, for sure. I think NAOS has some really cool ideas. I mean, I call back to that round where they pushed essentially the B site, deep into the B site. But it's just Full Sense are so aware. Like, they know all your little tricks in the book. Even if they find it out on the fly, they can adapt so fast. I mean, it's just the team synergy is always there for Full Sense.
Yeah, and Full Sense, they're just executing so well here. They're looking very sharp from the get-go. And if this keeps up, it wouldn't be too surprising to see our defending champions put themselves in a position to do so yet again. But then again, NAOS, still a good fight from players like Sad and PTC. They're getting some of these impact kills as we get back into the game here, folks. All in all, though, what else can NAOS really do here to make their crosses a lot safer, Coldan?
It's a very good question. I think they need to find some sort of advantage, right, before they go into the corner, go into the sites and execute. And of course, check your corners, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and that one round, yeah, you throw in your utility, your kind of tunnel vision towards the backside itself. You don't clear the post corner of 410. You're gonna be faced with a world of hurt because full sense, every single one of their players can get multi kills. You go one corner and checked, you lose 2-3 players, rounds over. All your hard work to get that opening pick was for naught. So again, they're gonna be playing a little bit more slow, a little bit more cautious of any setups from full sense. They push back their initial presence. Potter's now fallen back all the way towards rafters with that operator. Not the opening kill, nothing to their advantage just yet.
Yeah, it was a good idea from PTC to throw out the knife. It allows them to make some space into A, but my concern for now is here is, do they even know that this is an operator? It's a it's a good idea for NAOS to play slow, but full sense already have the response. And that's been the situation in this map so far. Can NAOS finally get the answer though? A 3-2 split, the dart being lobbed on over, as well as NAOS tuck themselves away into cover. But no sound as of yet. San creeping closer. Perhaps this can be the time for NAOS to go. Oh no.
Oh, but contact plays the worst.
Seconds left.
Oh man! And now they know. Now they know this operator is on the field. They learn it the hard way. 20 seconds left. San just trying desperately to make this space happen. Valden, though, with the opening on the B, and PTC's already hoofing it. Good distraction here by NAOS. A chance to make their way. San, though, might get caught in the cross. Leviathan here's waiting, but that speed of the Neon giving him the space to work with. Repeat, though. This is danger for San. Savvy finding a Pinya. NAOS have a chance to plant.
On it goes. Sephiroth there to answer back. It's just left onto Potter. 1 versus 2. Does he have it in him? He knows that Xanos there towards mid. Dashing down towards yellow. PTC's heard that. Tries to reposition. Oh! And the off angle will do him in. Potter goes down. NAOS manufacture around out of thin air.
Yeah, in a blink of an eye, right? It suddenly became 2v1. NAOS, at those last moments, they make it to the finish line of the round. And it all started with them making an immediate call after that operator shot. It's one thing San making that space happen into A. Another was PTC and Valding coordinating so well to make B possible. The cross of the spike, Valding getting that kill, and a chance for NAOS at least.
If you can't find opening kill, at least give yourself an opportunity to rotate. That's exactly what Veldin did. That kill onto B was everything. Op now detected. Sephiroth forced back to a safer angle. The knife will make them respect it even further, but I say that as Potter re-aggresses down towards yellow.
Yeah, it has just been a big interruption here for NAOS. PTC using that to get them the space, but then goes back to that default of, that's still an operator. You can't just slow walk that anymore, and Potter knows exactly that. The Dizzy scent now sees San's head. Tough shot though, can't make it happen. Sephiroth given the space perhaps to reclaim that Dizzy because of the initiative from Potter. With the action though moving over to mid. NAOS right now, Savvy and the rest try to find an opening through kitchen.
Tax, look at Sephiroth. He's pushed all the way towards B main. He's got to flank them at 50 seconds.
Brother,
he's got all the information at the very least. Look at the rotations.
What is he doing? But now PTC finding a Pinya. I thought he was just gonna get his pet. Leviathan though finding the head of PTC. Still Sephiroth waiting out that trademark. San right now with the find out the Leviathan. And now it's yet again causing chaos all throughout the map. You look at A though, but you look at Sephiroth first, okay?
30 seconds
Savvy's
left.
fallen. Now is forced to play onto the A site. The defense, and they need to claw their way back. Pressure here towards mid Goldan, full sense. They're gonna find contact early on though with Mojer. He gets one, but can't get out. The stun comes on up. San looking to recover more. That spike's dropped, but not for long. Potter's there in position.
Yeah, well, duke it out mid. That's what we have all signed up for. 3v3 now. Spike is lost in the mix. NAOS has got the line. They're just gonna mark it. Bit of reposition from PTC, but yeah, full sense. They gotta pick this one up.
Yeah, Haldron. Well, to make it easier for Full Sense to try and reclaim that spike, but now it's already in position, and PTC, he's ready, he wants the challenge, and the swing from NAOS is just so quick. You think the ones in pipe could get the kill? No, it's all Savvy 8K. 5-8, NAOS with a much-needed pistol win here.
I love the reposition from PTC, by the way. They don't want to have that high-low setup. They go for the alternate angle, coming in from towards tube. But yeah, this round kicked off. I mean, banging trade frags all across the shop, but Zevi coming up clutch down towards Vid. It was barely on the HP to boot, but yeah, that little bit of distraction from his teammates was more than enough to get him that triple.
And say what you will about this iteration of NAOS, right? And especially concerns that, oh, it's not an all-Filipino roster anymore. They can't comment Filipino. It might be more disjointed. We've seen some very incredible swings, right? Simultaneously from NAOS, even from the start of the map. But hey, you know, we're talking about NAOS. I guess Full Sense want the attention back. A pistol kill with the classic on San. That's an opening Full Sense can work with.
And that's an uncharacteristic opening death. I mean, Zan had the weapon that can one-shot everyone on the opponent team, but 2 missed shots, I guess, in the classic to the head. That's it's not the start that you want if you're NAOS.
Well, they do at least have Mojer in position. Can easily pop out into safety with that rendezvous. But here comes Savvy also. Owl Drone still sussing out that A side take. So it gets a bit more tense for NAOS. You think it's just about picks here? No, Full Sense. A chance to play the execute, especially towards A. That knife doesn't get the intel, and Full Sense can creep up even more so.
I love this, just pure contact play. After the initiator utility gets absolutely nothing, you can see the Sova. Xavi's left the A site. It's only just PTC with an outlaw to hold this angle.
Wingman, he's on it. PTC though,
30
precision
seconds left.
finding Apinya on that path.
planted.
Spike planted into a 4v4 retake. Looking at the utility though, not much, but Sephiroth and Laz the ones to watch out for.
Well, PTC! What a shot from hell! Let's see what they have in store for us. Molly's there, Moja trying to claw things back. 2 versus 3, make that 1v3. Full Sense just relying on Talaz. He's been suppressed, no utility for this one. They just peek out of the smoke, and Xavi comes back in with the round win as well. NAOS get that 6 on the board.
Yeah, it could have been honestly a bit dirtier thanks to Full Sense, but NAOS have PTC just 100% a killing machine there. Outlook kills, especially against no armor. I mean, it's basically what that gun is all about. But this is where NAOS can do even better on the defense, right? That they're keeping calm on the angles, they know what to push, but they don't overcommit. And this could be a good side moving forward, especially if you have players like Mojer and maybe later on San can dip in and out of contact.
Lovely stuff. But yeah, okay, you know, it's just the second round. You got 3 players still standing. You bring across the most important weapons. It's only just Mojo on that Sheriff, but hey, I mean, he's a chamber, right?
No, Potter. He wants to go 4 more towards A. The guns are ready for Full Sense. The confidence is there. Mosh pit though. And, oh, he's actually gonna go for the dash back. Even though that's their own mosh. Okay.
Sometimes better safe than sorry, huh, Dex?
Yeah. It's the last tick of damage does hurt, even if you are a teammate. So, Full Sense, they are marking right behind that one server. They are thinking about maybe NAOS in these more committed positions. One and dones, but it's not 1, but 4 that they have to deal with here on the opposite end. PTC also flashes at the ready if need be. Goes for the suppress first and foremost though. Scan comes on out on the other side. And here comes Savvy with a scan of his own. Now still prep for this one. Valden throwing first blood versus Apinya. Strong so far for NAOS here on A. And not only that, the spike again out of reach. Second time this half alone where it's awkward for Full Sense. The stalemate provided by
30
NAOS,
seconds left.
giving Valden the chance to go for the angle, but Sephiroth steps up to the plate. It's Full Sense now with 2. They're clawing their way back. They're just carving a path onto that A side, and Full Sense just want to kill them all. All left to PTC, but against that many, it's no chance. Nicely done by Full Sense there.
Wow, I mean, Full Sense, they called a pause in the action. They were scanned out by the knife of PTC. It actually detained, at least suppressed at least 3 or 4 players. So it was a lovely knife, but Full Sense, they didn't panic. They just waited for their abilities to come back online, waited for each other to go for these engagements, and then they went out every single gunfight from then on out. I mean, that is a Full Sense on full display right there.
And this has been the tail of the tape right now. NAOS doing things relatively right, but Full Sense will just find an answer anyway. Many other teams would falter to that pressure. Not Full Sense. A mark of champion, looking to get back to that grand final. 3-round gap though. NAOS did go for the challenge. Leviathan falling. Awkward stuff between San and him, but San the one who hits the shot. And NAOS now with a 1-man lead.
Drone now clear out mid. And with the spike now being planted on towards the B side, now comes to the rotations. Late luck potential coming in from Laz. Big fight, and Moja's gonna win that out. Advantage now double. Going for the flank as well. This is NAOS' win, prepped up for them.
I'm a little surprised that Laz wasn't looking that way. And Mojer, he's gotten 2. Very quick, very good. Potter onto the site itself, though. Sephiroth also trying to play back, catch this lurking chamber. Sees him coming, but what was that, Mojer? The fancy footwork keeping alive a little bit longer. Now then, it's 3v1. Stand in position, and 1 shot, 1 kill. Quick tap, NAOS to 7.
I mean, that's great. Zan, I mean, textbook stuff coming from NAOS. They send Zen on an aggressive angle, catches the look. And a bit of an awkward fight, right? Dax down towards mid. I thought that, was it Laz was going to be able to get that kill, but Moja just spins on a dime, gets that one instead. Or at least Laz expecting a push down towards A. Moja being a nuisance down towards the flank, as the main brute force takes control over the site of B. The last one of Sephiroth, yeah, that's an easy kill to find. But sometimes we can kind of overlook how incredibly talented Potter is.
I guess it's just tough to be a Thai duelist.
Yeah.
When the top end especially are some of the
So
big
stacked.
names. It's just way too stacked. But Potter now with the blades. I'm looking at PTC here, Koldan. He has it. You might want to press it this time when you heard the go signal from the jet.
Surely, right?
Yeah.
This time, second time, you got the 2 ultimates that can cancel each other out. One of them slightly better than the other when you activate it. Let's potentially shut down the highest fragging player in the server.
Yeah, but San, he repositions now after getting tagged by the recon ball. Here comes Potter though. He gets 1. San's good for 3! And now they just force the issue anyway. They say this is our corner and we will claim it. Last now onto the side. Valden able to mow him down. And whenever Valden has height, he is just absolutely mighty. A 3v1 here. Leviathan trying to push and find picks bit by bit. That's good on the first, but not against Valden. What did I say? If this guy is up top, he will just beat you down.
I guess he just loves to look down on his opponents, no?
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh. Colden, huh? You instigating, huh?
I have the high ground.
It's over! Don't try
It's
it!
just made the 4th true.
And did you get to watch the re-release in the cinema or nah?
Nah.
Oh wait, I forget. I'm sorry, Moral Traveler. I know you were too busy experiencing
No.
culture.
What does that mean? I was home by then.
Okay, okay.
I don't even know if Singapore had a re-release. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan, to be
Okay,
honest.
it's okay. It's fine. I know you were just best friends with G2 the whole time you're in the
Whoa. I wasn't just, casting every single Filipino tournament,
Yeah,
I'm not that level yet.
G2 Koldan. It's
Okay.
gonna happen, guys.
Calm down.
No.
Caster Jinx is real.
I don't think we jinx each other as casters.
Does it?
Caster Jinx applies to the game. I don't think it ever applies to fellow caster.
Sorry, I didn't read the fine print.
Ah, sir. Okay. But hey, this time out, a lot of sense from Full Sense. NAOS have just rallied incredibly on this defense. Full Sense has just gotten a single round here in this half Golden.
Ooh. Not great. Not great, I will say, but this is a chance for them to strike back. You're right, you got one of the ultimates for Leviathan, one of the ultimate for Alpinia, Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, 2 really great ults, and well, they're headed towards the site which only has a single Valden.
Sephiroth, quick dizzy. Full Sense trying to play it as clean as can be to begin with, and that's the beauty of the Gecko. Always a reusable
this.
utility. Check the corners. But I am watching this one, Koldan, and got NAOS now. A pinch from mid. Not just 1, but 3 of them. Not only that, a lot of length here for NAOS. Look at this PTC from afar. Potter falling. Wingman does get the plant, but the kills are going in NAOS' favor already. Savvy on the board. They even get the intel. San also with the push. Leviathan tried to fight on back. But by this point, Sephiroth, he's all alone. And there's no way. Not against this party, this boss will fall. NAOS now have done it enough. They've gotten the score tied up.
Alright, we've got a game on our hands, Dax. I mean, NAOS, I love that spicy aggression. I mean, you got an unconventional comp might as well do something unconventional as well. And, well, to be fair, they have been doing it throughout this entire game, but I think more of that. Give me more pushes across the map. Three down mid. That's a great call against an eco. Alright, they just try to full send towards that B site. And, well, yeah, they get the plant down. That's not too shabby. They don't get anything more than a kill after that.
And I guess for full sense, they just can't get comfortable on the postmat, right? You expect it with the Gecko, the wingman. You send him over. It's the rest of the team paying for postplant. But NAOS is already there, breathing on their necks. So there needs to be more impact from full sense. Maybe getting killed early on, especially against someone like Mojer. But that chamber, up in one hand, and can snap back in another cooldown. This is looking very, very testy.
Please, drone.
For full sense.
Please, drone or knife. You gotta do it. You have two
Dizzy.
initiators.
Oh! The dry peaks
enough.
there, but just one step. A small jiggle, keeping full sense in the fight. Now, though, second chance for Mojer. Hunter's Fury gonna be there. The response is Hunter's Fury as well. Savvy finding Opinia, an easy stationary target. Full sense, though, with the plant, with the lockdown. San looking to play Disruptor, and San here striking at the heart. A double for San before he's felled. It's 4v2, but space is made by full sense.
Done will buy them a bit of space, but they're locked in. Surrounded by all corners, Leviathan, what more can you muster here? Down towards Snowman. The flash is great being set up, but no, the turn of the players. But he's just one man, what more can he do? Laz, his teammate is lost in the mix. 1v3, tap of the spike, committal of it. The isolation of the first. Laz, 1 versus 2, the op choosing where to look. Halved it. Oh, the lineup, brother Laz! 1v3 gives full sense the lead.
The flick of the century. Laz there just sprays both of them down in succession. Unbelievable by full sense. We have been saying in this game, it's just full sense who pull out these wins after all the chaos NAOS caused. And this was peak chaos from NAOS. That you'd see the lockdown, and San still gets in there, but Laz, unbelievable. He found the first player on the defuse. It made it so awkward for Mojer, who brought out the headhunter instead of the operator, and the rest was history.
2v4, ladies and gentlemen. And we've seen how 2vx's can really turn the tables. Full sense now have that momentum going for them. The drone will spot things out. Recollection of the Dizzy. Oh, they want to fight this one.
That could be full sense now, fired up, but San snuffing out the embers quickly. He's just brought the blankets, and full sense, they've suffocated there. San's good for 3. Now it's dominating the round here. With Laz all alone, no magic to be made this time. San is hungry for kills, and he's feasted on 4 to tie it up again.
There are a few constants in this world. Death, taxes, and Zan popping off. I mean, in any map that he plays, he's bound for a quad kill and ace. This time he finds 3 kills off the back of just a little bit of initiator utility to set him up. He just wipes the floor with them. The stun coming in from him to catch onto Potter as well. That is just cerebral stuff from the duelist.
I know you're very familiar with San's play, and I kind of agree with you. Like, this player, hot or cold, that kind of style. He gets one, he's gonna get many. He gets shut down early, though. That's where he might find those struggles. And if full sense can catch the Neon in the act, it could be helpful. Opinia sending out the Aldrone. It still gets intel before the suppress applies. Leviathan, though, also waiting here into the corner. Mojer might be in trouble, but the wide swing's not good enough. Leviathan and Sephiroth punish NAOS here. Full sense just doesn't fall for the same trick twice, and they get a few good kills here on the lesser buy.
Dax, the 2 rifles that were brought into this round were the 2 players that got the 2 opening kills. So full sense, really setting up their players with the better weaponry. Zan just gonna re-clear and the entirety of this. I love that initiative. They need to get back something. The B side has been compromised. You can see PTC clearing out Kitchen as well. They have an idea where the commitment is, but this alarm bot will alert them of this presence.
Yeah, and that's there. The tag, the trigger. San trying to find a way through the slide to get the spam going, but full sense is just so aware. Valdin, though, that's a big kill. A chance here for NAOS, because Valdin is just an absolute machine! again! 3 fall to his hand. Sephiroth opening up the site. Picks up the spike. Picks up the wingman as well. It's gonna be back in action in 7 seconds. Half the time right here. So he's gonna have to do it manually. Time here taken, which means Valden can get closer now. Sephiroth though and Valden a wrap around against one another. Nice cover by Sephiroth. Good idea to play into Snowman.
He's got a pit.
Not only that, look at this. That spike is planted for the window. Very smart post-plant position for Sephiroth, but Valden, the hot hand into the round here. Trying to find his opponent. Commit the Viper Spit. Play it safe. Here comes the smoke to envelop, but the mosh pit from afar, the spam is there. Sephiroth, 7 bullets left, buying some time, and Valden can do it again. That's only a Bulldog cooldown. Reload. Oh, it's just not strong enough. It's just not strong enough. The Bulldog, the fight isn't there. And NAOS, they just steal it away anyway. Sephiroth with a 3K, but NAOS now with the lead.
Oh, I love Sephiroth's play, but he didn't account for the Viper's pit. There was nothing he could do. He couldn't go in the pit. He was stuck between a wall. Yeah, that wall at a window, but he couldn't get close. He couldn't actually confirm where he was. Valden.
No.
Oh,
no,
the thief in the night.
Count this, count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if that wasn't a Bulldog, that would have been it.
Oh my lord.
I was saying it's like, it's a good idea, but it's a Bulldog. Oh, heartbreaker for Full Sense. And NAOS now happy to take advantage of that map. Quick execute to play into Belt. Full Sense need to respect that set play and they back off.
Oh, Zen almost had a chance to find an opening kill, but I think Apina's dart actually gave him a little bit of time to escape from that. But still, NAOS has full control over A main. I mean, there's no way for them to get back in without finding a kill first. I mean, Full Sense, they've got to respect this, and Moja's in a deep position.
And Moja, here comes the chamber. In and out! Just stealing the life of Sephiroth. Full Sense shaken. They have to play it safe because they lose this round. Their money is effectively kaput. Laz trying to play into mid here. Look to find advantage, but NAOS, they're doing such a good job marking where their targets are going.
It's great they've got mid, but where's the commitment gonna go? Valden, he's gonna be surrounded in a couple of seconds. He needs to somehow navigate this endeavor.
Oh, Valden peeks on out, but the Pinya with the response. Mojer though, from the window. It's now still causing that chaos on all fronts. PTC as well. New alert was there from Laz, and he answers it. 4v2, the flank you mentioned. San now, here he comes, and San, he delivers again. All across the map, you can see the wings of NAOS spread. Here they are on map points.
What a beautiful round yet again. It's ridiculous to me, right? That a team that is formed from different parts across Southeast Asia, they're gonna be able to find a composition such as this to, you know, orchestrate rounds that we've seen throughout this map to such, not perfection, but just a beautiful understanding of how to play these rounds. Yeah, it's scrappy. Yeah, it's all over the place, but they still have that central idea of how they want to navigate this. And they're doing it pretty well. 12 to 10 now, taking down what could be a Full Sense on their map pick.
Yeah, and that's the point here. We're going to Haven next, where we saw Full Sense be a bit more uncomfortable against Motive Esports. NAOS has a history on that map. Things can look very good for NAOS Esports here if they can take this one here and now. But Full Sense, last vestiges of money. They at least have the guns to play onto B. A retake, a 5v5, the Viper Spit online for Full Sense.
We've swapped places, Dax. The defenders are in the attacking spawn, the attackers are defending. A flip of the script and all the utility that you would want. Null command available, but here comes the real commitment.
Valden, he's not gonna be able to push because of that owl drone. Now, San, the one to lead the charge. Perfect flash and an easy kill. San's good for the first, and there's a spraying through the smoke as much as they can. Lazlo sees Valden coming. 2 now here for the side of Full Sense. Mojer playing close. Sephiroth and Apina. Nice shots from Apina to mark their targets, and Full Sense refuse to let this go. They're still in the fights.
Incredible awareness from Full Sense, knowing that there was essentially zero presence towards B. They fully get control of a Snowman. Yeah, Zan was great to find his opening kill, but they just could not find any access towards the pit. There's just no way for them to get the players down towards Snowman. It was a wall of smoke. The spam kills through it was sublime. So now timeout taken by NAOS. They know what's on the line. This could be their answer. This could be the break that they've been looking for.
Hey, it's still rearing its ugly head here, Koldan. NAOS, they were winning in overtime
Closing
versus
maps,
Sharper,
man.
but closing maps, the curse of any Filipino team. And NAOS has the roots of that. I do feel that last round, though, very more convincing on the side of Full Sense. It was a good play with the flash from NAOS, but the rest of the play into the pit, they were just trying desperately to find some kills, and Full Sense fully expected that.
Sorry, Dex, you see what
Yeah.
Amix is holding in his hand?
Yeah, of course, we have a lot of those. We whenever we get to go to Thailand, we buy like a bunch of them. I think that might be even from Ascension a few years back from Amix. I still have mine right here.
So do I. Well,
Yes.
hoping to smoke the ties in a different way in this map, I guess.
And when there's smoke, there's fire, and this game has been so heated. Full Sense though, one more round, we go to OT, and 1 is the magic number for 3 players here. Leviathan, Apinia, Sephiroth. 1 kill, 1 orb, 1 plant. That's gonna be Ultimates online.
So many stakes in this round. This early Owl Drone, yeah, it gets information a little bit, but it's so early on, I'm not sure if that's any value for NAOS.
They were trying to suss out mid because they set up the tour de force as well here for Mojer. It's the Bulldog in one hand, the Golden Gun on the other, and Full Sense looking to play a more standard set into A. Is NAOS that willing to play the 5v5 retake though? And I think that's concerning because I said it a while ago, these ults will come online for Full Sense.
Dax, the flanks have been working so well for NAOS. It's no surprise they're gonna try it yet again. The turret will identify that this push is coming through. It's a 5 versus 5 post-plan situation, but the Golden Gun strikes first.
Yeah, Mojer just needs 1 shot anyway. But on the other front, Apinia, he had the Hunter's Fury already. I thought Sephiroth was gonna get the plant with the wing match, but no, so no Thrash. It's only the Sova ult, and Sephiroth now benched in this
Contained.
scenario. 5v3, but Full Sense is also gonna go for the push. A risk here. Savvy tried to mark it. Can't get the job done. And Opinion and Potter equalize the numbers. Sando, it's magical, it's mystical, and it's just way too quick. That's just Executioner Sand in position. And NAOS will take the lead in the series. 13-11, taking the map away from Full Sense.
What a dynamic.
I believe so. They used to run the Neon and the
Yeah.
Bridge together only alongside your old standard Sova. So Leviathan also looking to play for more of the
Okay.
post-plan. It's more of a meta comp, yes, but it's
Yeah.
Full Sense adjusting for the map itself too.
Oh, I knew there was something cooking in the Full Sense camp. Leviathan going on the Teho. Okay, now we're talking. Now we've got some action.
And we remember why NAOS made this adjustment in the first place to put Valden on the ISO. When X-God and NAOS played, Sand really had a tough time playing that ISO. Let's be real, like 3 kills, you don't want that. Valden, on the other hand, showed up versus RQ Academy. NAOS now look to put the pressure on the offense to play into B here. But the darts and Mojer as well wants to lead the charge with a flash. Expected though. Paranoia so good from Full Sense! And Opinia comes to collect. Well executed there by Sephiroth. And Full Sense beating back NAOS at the start. They even catch Mojer there. 2 for the price of none.
Wow, and they don't lose a single play off the back of it. Sephiroth from the high ground, running all that communication across. NAOS has to regroup and reconvene. They're gonna put Zan here on a little lurk, and if he finds 1, make that 2. Next turn, a chance now into this one. The Pino to keep him honest, but still now a round is available. Now things get a little bit juicy.
Don't braid, cause Sand will catch you in the act. Nice corner played there from our top frag from a while ago. He was hitting 30 kills plus in Icebox. He wants to start things off strong here on Haven, despite not being on the Duelist. And with Valden now and Savvy making their way through B to try and play into A. Leviathan has an inkling of what's
30
going on. He's
seconds left.
thinking that they're gonna push from lobby,
Oh my.
perhaps get the catch. But with this axis, right, he can play into long and maybe surprise NAOS here.
But the further that he walks, it's gonna be so far away from the site.
Come back.
The spike to be planted finally. Yeah, now says it's a little bit of a plan that's for CT, so they kind of need to play towards back of sight. And now that it's gone down, Full Sense just gonna reconvene together, and they're just gonna go in for a full-on retake from the CT position.
Yeah. And Leviathan
It's not really
comes up.
planted for the shot though, so that's a bit of a question for me. Xavi.
You got the recon dart from Savvy at least. Perhaps that could be enough for Valden to swing off from. Savvy also marking heaven, especially Opinion now. Priming the flash onto the site. There you go. Savvy trying to get the whittle down going. Valden's there, and Valden just catches Leviathan into his loving arms. It's a double kill from Valden, and NAOS Esports with a pistol at the start.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 3v5 all thanks to Zen. They don't check the close quarter. And just like that, the round just falls apart. Valden doesn't even need any assistance. The attention being drawn towards short. Didn't really expect him towards hell. And he just picks up the last 2 kills just like that. Now it's with a crucial pistol. They keep the momentum going all the way from Icebox.
Unfortunate for Full Sense. You'd think Leviathan had the read, but it was the wrong call, unfortunately, for him to go back into B. Gun advantage here for the side of NAOS. Marshall being lined up by Potter. But unfortunately for him, can't hit the shot. Spam comes through. They're just trying to collect the Neon here. Just leaps past the platform to stay safe. But then again, NAOS get the orb. And now they can just go anywhere else across the map.
Well, look at this preemptive rotation, Dax, from Full Sense. They see presence towards C. They call the rotations over. Hey, they've shown themselves taking the orb towards C. They might just hit back towards A, and that is the exact call here. It's a full stack on the defense.
Good thing to see being set alongside the fake out. Good stun though. Full Sense controlling the pace of NAOS at the very least. And not only that, they did catch Savvy there by short. NAOS, they did open up C though. And PTC, while on that lurk, he's gotten on through. Pinged by Full Sense, they have an idea what's going on as NAOS hustle towards that C side.
Still, Full Sense just gonna gather up 3 players here. NAOS has no chance for them to play aggressive. No information on Garage as well. PTC in the smoke.
He's got
Oh
that
no,
ping!
he whips his lines.
Yeah, he wasn't that ready. He had the angle, but just didn't hit the shot. And because of it, Full Sense, it's manageable, it's workable. And unless Mojer cannot come up massive, it could be an overrun. Valden, a one-man army in the corner. His last stand will be saluted. It's Mojer now trying to make things happen. A 1v3, the Cyber Cage for cover. Halfway now, reinitializing the Cyber Cage. And Laz, he's gonna stick it to win it. Full Sense, just take it away. NAOS didn't see that one coming.
My god, what a fumble from NAOS. Not like that. It was a great understanding to call for the rotate, but PTC sleeping at the wheel. The trade frags go absolutely horrendous. They got Leviathan coming in from the flank as well, so they know that no one's gonna be playing from that position. All the attention comes in towards that CT position. And with the double cages available from Laz, I mean, he can just stick that spike fully towards the end. The Garden is one of the worst weapons in that scenario. And so just like that, the round flips. Full Sense pick up that eco round, puts NAOS in a weird spot. 2 rifles purchased up to try to answer back. A fake for a drone perhaps towards C side draws a bit of attention. The main brunt of the attack is here towards A.
A single mistake like that can lead to big consequences when you face off against Full Sense. Now, they do have a hero rifle for PTC. He wants to make amends. Sando, Classic's all he needs to make the trade happen. On to A we go. Fast lane sure for the cover on the retreat. And they'll get the plant going. PTC! What an angle to work with! Finding a pin that's huge! His flashes have been instrumental for the retake. But wait, there's more! Sephiroth now finding Sand, at least a response, but Valden also taking the fight to Full Sense. We think the timing's there. Now is the one getting ahead of things. Valden with a second! Take Laz with you to the gulag! There's no way, even if he wins, he's gonna get caught. Laz, no way for you, no going out, lock and key! NAOS with an effectively a thrifty.
It is difficult.
They trade bros, Dax. Not bros, they trade blows, Dax. But like bros, they hold their head. Yeah, they go into the site. These trade frags so efficient. If Zan wins that fight, by the way, this round is a lot more different. But still, they pull it over the line. I mean, Valden, triple kill from the ISO. Just a couple of rifles. Not even everyone having everything that they will want, but now they do. But Full Sense, again, they go in with a bit of a bite. Triple rifles in their pockets. They want to take it to NAOS.
You could feel it though. You could feel PTC had a chip on his shoulder in that round, and him taking Opinion down like that just made it so much easier for NAOS. You said it though. It was one rifle, one full auto rifle. I think they had what, a Guardian, 3 pistols,
yeah.
and then they suddenly make it happen. Full Sense. You need to find in it to them
Fake teleport.
themselves to figuring this out. I'm just fumbling on the words because I'm so taken aback, but here we go. Now, Laz has just become the stonewall of the garage. Shops closed. Laz has gotten 2. Potter also through the wall even, but the Pinya double of his own. Now San all alone in the 1v3. It's been a massacre in the garage. The reports say that many have fallen, but in the end, it's up to San to try and get a peep out of NAOS here.
Does he even want to try it? He has his ultimate. It's a possibility for him to pick up the spike, but he's 44 HP up against a firing squad of Full Sense, all waiting right outside garage.
Yeah. The only way he can get that spike is
30 seconds
him
left.
really committing the ult, right? He has a dark
Yeah.
cover though. This is a chance. San, are you close enough? Oh, it's close enough to the door, but he goes for the swing! And the Pinya! No one getting clocked by it. A repeat though. Leviathan will punish that. And Full Sense, they tie it up. We're just trading rounds at this point here, Koldan.
Yeah, is this a flea market? Is everyone just like passing rounds back and forth?
I agree.
What's happening?
And it's been discount after discount.
Yeah.
The last 3 rounds, it wasn't a full buy from the squad that
No.
won.
No. Yeah, I mean, everyone's just getting, yeah, great deals all around. I guess if you want to win a round, just don't buy everything. Save some money.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lesson in savings, you know?
That's true.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Scanning
Don't
ahead.
invest in equipment.
Just
Believe.
Just buy every other bundle, not every one bundle, you know? Here we go. Potter now in position, and Potter finding San early on. Full Sense.
down
Great
A.
initiative to just go for the double peek here from short. And especially given that you still have that Teho anyway, it's just an easy in and out here for the defense.
Okay, we're finding a little bit more normalcy. The team with the better weapons now find themselves in a double man advantage. And no ultimates to really work around with. Nothing really close by. And every single one of the Full Sense players are backing all the way towards the sides. You can see, look at Laz. He's so wary of a potential flank or lurk towards garage. He's playing in their spawn. So very diligent this time, Full Sense. They want to get the advantage with the buy round that they have. Now, 3 players still here towards this A site. Crack it open clean. Maybe I give them a shot. But if not, Full Sense looks like they have a pretty decent hold so far.
They need a pick. And Potter here, he's already in position. Mojer though getting on the board, but Leviathan also shows up when he's needed the most. Trade onto Baladin, makes it 2 to play onto the side. PTC though, that's massive! And a gun picked up, but the Rolling Thunder is the response. Spike isn't even planted as of yet. The fight is forced. Camera! PTC taking a picture and then getting the kill, but then hey, Full Sense! They've come on back! Anyway, they had the numbers there, and Full Sense now with the lead.
Oh, okay, Full Sense. Getting confidence. Nice round coming in from them, I guess. 2 opening kills was enough for them to get a hold of this round. It got a little bit dicey though. Great shot coming from Mojer, but the trade frags were good enough. Nice try coming from PTC around the dark cover. Actually, you know, it was the opponent's dark cover, but it gave them
find
a
them.
little bit of cover to play around with.
I got taken aback by Opinia looking at the cam. He was like, smile. He's just take a picture real quick, but still, Full Sense. These are the rounds that they want. And PTC now taken down early. The punish potential of the salvos on the Tejo. You need to respect it, especially now. You're on a map that it's not been too familiar to play that agent. Mojer, though, wants to go for the push into the C site. Valdin as well. Here by B. Leviathan trying to play into Link itself. But the positions for Full Sense are looking good, especially on backside. Mojer needs to find the kill. Answers no, because Sephiroth's there already in position.
Dex, they're all trying to go for contact plays. You got the contact through garage. Now you've got Valdin down towards B.
there.
Spotted out as well, so now his position compromised.
Valdin. This isolated duel could give them a chance. Savvy as well. Also trying to find the swing. Special delivery for the stall. And given that fact, where do you go? They tried to plant into B. The Armageddon is unleashed to prevent it from happening. The rest of Full Sense now will look to squad on up. And here comes the crowd of Full Sense. They've decided to make the grass here into a mosh pit. Sando, on the other hand, the TP to play into C, but look at Valdin now. He's trying to play outside the garage. On the other hand, Laz is just waiting.
Wow.
5v1, it's tough here. San all alone, and we know Koldan. He's done wonders in the first map, but against this many full sets, not gonna happen.
It's almost that sort of craziness that we saw on Icebox here on Haven. Albeit a little bit more control coming in from Full Sense, but you can see how proactive they are throughout the map, right? They've had control over the entirety of A after taking out PTC, and they even had a flank potential coming down C long as that spike got planted. So lovely stuff coming in from Full Sense right now. They understand how NAOS are trying to play it, and the diligence, even from the Cypher, right? You had, what was it, Laz just hiding in garage, expecting that potential push from Valdin. So all of their corners being checked, you know, by each of the individual players, and it's like clockwork now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Laz has been playing this very smart for the past few rounds, understanding that NAOS can make it tough for him to play the anchor itself. And you can hear already Coach Amix here just discussing how they're losing out on this space. They also need to respect the amount of utility that Full Sense has here. It's not just the Neon, the Breach together. Now that Full Sense has adjusted their composition and brought out Teho, it's a lot more lethal, right, if you get caught in these bad corners.
100%. You could see, you know, even without, I guess, the information that is available from the Sova, now you switch over to a Teho, you lack a little bit of that information gaining ability, right? But you could see that in spite of that, they instead substituted with a little bit more aggression. You've got, you know, Potter on that Neon. Neons tend to do better moving forward. So if you can swap the Sova out with the Teho, which can set up the Neon, yeah, you might lack a little bit of information, but you get map control with that Neon, and this might be one of those cases.
Oh, the blind though, and here we go. Full Sense also setting up the stun. Flash! Mojer!
Oh!
He didn't even flash Potter! But Mojer somehow, despite his own blind, he makes it happen. The swing out from Sephiroth as well. NAOS! Eyes wide open now as we go into C. Dimensional Drift also provide that pressure. Apinia expecting it. Here comes the contingency as well. Hunter's Fury though will still get attacked through it anyway. Leviathan tried to fight on back, but now their flood has just decided to sweep away Full Sense from the C site.
Let's give it your best shot. This round's over. Zan's got him.
I need nothing to
50 round coming in from NAOS, just like that. That little bit of aggression that you need to take as that Neon. That gamble does not come up in his favor. The odds heavily against him, all thanks to a beautiful shot coming in from Mojer.
I need the Mojer POV. I know the POV.
Oh.
I mean, he let's
Look good.
He did anti-flash at the very least, but still. It was so clear for Potter, and he just saw himself die in front of a Yoru that had the blind icon. No freaking way.
Sometimes, I mean, hey, it's keeping up the trend of, you know, the team which doesn't have the full buy win the round.
This series has been exciting, and now it's keeping it competitive at least. But Full Sense now, they do get stand up? Yeah, that's the thing. So Potter, the operator, it has been exposed. Thing is, Valdin can just shrug it off. This is what the contingency is for. A big wall to provide that cover. Laz trying to play the backside. The Tripwire also getting the trigger towards Garage, but that's only the fake out. A lot of noise made, but it's all smoke because now they want to play it to A instead.
Decent amount of utility being pulled out from that defensive side. A very important paranoia gets invested just to shut down the potential push. So a little bit less utilities available for this retake setup. I will say Epinia still has a boatload of breach utility. The rotates are coming in from Full Sense. They feel like it's going to be an A play, but now they're just holding still. They're going to send out 2 players to scout out A while the rest hold.
They're going to sell it. They're going to sell it also with PTC and Valdin. Already you see Laz, he's thinking about it. Perhaps I might need to help the team towards A. He's moved away from the site, and with his kill on PTC! PTC! That's deadly! Valdin as well! Getting onto this table here! And Valdin with a double of his own! Dude, they don't even need this many kills, but they get it anyway! C is free, A is open, Full Sense will have to give up the round!
Dags, they 2v4'd on site by themselves, contact play, no utility at all! PTC just walks out, Apinia. I mean, I don't blame Apinia at all. You got 3 defenders, 3 of your teammates holding on the A side. I'm gonna, you know, prep my flash or my stun to help you guys out, but I walk into just a Cypher looking at me straight at CT. Beautiful contact play setup there, and even if it didn't work out, right, it would have still pulled the rotations over. 3 players planted on the C side, but hey, we live in a reality where they 2v4 on the side and the round is just essentially over.
Brother, I just look at this NAOS roster and I think even in their old squads, you know, PTC, Vald, and San, they came from different regions, different teams, but they were always impactful. And now bringing their talents together, Laz though shutting down to at least an... Oh, no, he keeps the operator at the last moment. But still, it's there. The result is NAOS getting around, making it 4-4, and Valden on this ISO. He has those duelist moves from the time that he played in the Indonesian scene, and well, he's just so potent right now.
Yeah, thank God for Laz for saving this up, because their money, I don't think it's in a great spot at all. Full sense. Important timeout now being taken. They really need to discuss their options, because, yeah, now are bringing a really creative strat book. They're bringing the firepower as well. And that round right there, right? You've got that firepower as well as the tactical depth of trying to pull a fake in the mid rounds. How do they want to counter this?
It's just interesting to me.
Maybe they need Iron Man.
Maybe they need Iron Man. That's true. if they do suddenly get a repulsor blast out of nowhere, I think I don't think this game can handle flyers pretty well. I mean, sure, everything hit scan, but still, I don't. Those angles ain't gonna work, Chief. I was gonna say though.
Maximum pulse.
Don't remind me. Anyway, I really just wanted to point out real quick. Full Sense, very stable team, right? Very solidified roles. But I remember the interview with Savvy a few days back, and they said they were work in progress. And they said they trust one another because they're very flexible. And you're seeing it here.
Yeah.
Role swap between map 1, map 2. It allows NAOS a lot of options.
This is a team that hasn't really got a lot of time to practice their strats, right? It's a fresh squad for this split. But they've lost the opening. Pick, PDC goes down, execute here towards B.
Timeout, right? Stability is key. And Sephiroth! It's just too damn deadly! 3 for the one-winged angel. Finally, he's filled. No Phoenix down for this one, but hey, Full Sense, the damage has been done. Savvy 8K, all alone now. Even smarter from Full Sense. They're looking to send someone towards the garage area, but seems like Laz will double back. Savvy cutting that noise. Hesitation here, perhaps, for Full Sense, but they play it safe. Hold on to that B side, and Savvy has a minute to work with to try and figure things out.
It's one of the most difficult clutches to win. You're going up against a fully fledged, full sense squad. You've got the op in hands of Potter that's going to mark that B side, but he has gambled correctly. It is the right side to go towards. No one's here towards A. He gets the spike down. 2 kills and he has his ult. You know, there is a world. It's got a bit of utility to work around with as well. But it's got to be some heroics. And in my opinion, he needs to play a little bit more aggressive in this clutch if he even wants to have a shred of a chance.
Yeah, he needs to reach a kill. He needs to reach for a kill here, perhaps, towards Link, or bare minimum, get the Aldrone to get some intel. But hey, Savvy 8K towards the corner. Expectations perhaps as well that heaven can be taken. Full Sense decide to just maximize those options from one single angle. The ball down is huge, and Savvy 8K has gotten it done. The clutch is unreal. And the prodigal son of the PH scene has done it again for the NAOS faithful. 5-4.
You're kidding me! You're kidding me! That is ridiculous from Savvy! The isolation of not just 1, but 2 players? With a fading shot with the Phantom that catches the hit of Laz in the last 1v1 onto Potter. That is insane, Dax! That's not supposed to happen!
Calm, cool, collected. Many say that this guy is meant for the big leagues. The PH fans have always said, from collegiate to now, he has been one of the best products of the Filipino scene. But hey, all that hype, you understand why. Crazy decision making, and the fact that he got that spray onto 2 after Potter crossed, that was just huge.
Yeah, and it almost breaks the economy of Full Sense. Yeah, they got a couple of rifles in, but got a good chance of winning this round. Opinia and Laz both only have shares. I say only, but teams here in this today love to win all these low buy rounds. Flash in, drone not to spot anyone at the time. The reconvene of NAOS. Now they've got the Cypher deep towards A, and again, it's a retake setup from Full Sense on this side of the map.
And this is where you gotta think how resilient Full Sense can be, shaken perhaps by that 1v3 clutch courtesy of Savvy. We've seen Full Sense though get back quickly into the thick of things, and they did go for the play towards Garage there. Merely a fake out though. NAOS instead have wormed their way onto the A side. Plant looking to come down, but the salvo yet again for the stall. Waiting perhaps? The cover could dissipate soon, so Valden needs to get on it. And not only that, Koldan, he has a kill contract available.
Yeah, kill contract as well as the Hunter's Tree for this post-plant position. Only Lightning Fingers available on Potter. How do they navigate this for Full Sense?
Yeah, Leviathan trying to find the angle at least from anyone peeking on that, but now it's a different plan to play into short. What we're looking at, Valden, but hey, he does get the kidnap anyway. Laz shatters the shield while Full Sense get the advantage onto the site. It's 3v3. We hear the Hunter's Fury from far away. Savvy looking to continue where he left off, and he's already shattered Leviathan there. 2v1. Mojer's waiting, and Mojer's set and ready to go. 6-4 here for NAOS.
Literally just as I predicted, the two ultimates were super important for them to get some sort of advantage there. Both ultimates finding kills, both finding value. And the delay was just long enough. The plan was perfect for the position that Mojo was playing in.
Yes, this should do.
Things are looking better here for NAOS now. 4 in a row. And yet again, just the adjustment to put Valden on the ISO. He looks very comfy on it. Domino effect of Savvy with that 1v3, getting the Hunter's Fury online for the next round. Full Sense though, still can't count them out because despite the losses here, Koldan, they still have guns to work with. They still are playing proactive towards A. Unfortunate for them though, now it's already with the read to play it to C here, and it does force the Cypher of Laz back.
A chance now to get back into this one again. Laz, there's just no way for him to contest this. The utility spam is just too much for him to handle. Has to back off, wait for the rest of his team to come in. PTC hopefully comes in for a late flank towards Garage. They might want to go for a retake here. They've got Lightning Fingers yet again, but no Teho or Breach Ultimate, but they want to go in fast.
Yeah, good paranoia to give them space to work with on the backside, but Mojer San quick on the shots anyway. Here comes Savvy 8k, and here comes San as well.
What?
A 3k sure, but Savvy just watched his opponent leap over him and say, thank you very much. It's flawless for NAOS.
In the blink of an eye, Zan picks up a triple kill, and every single player on Full Sense just falls to the wayside. It was just a flurry of kills as they tried to flood out. I mean, they didn't have good ultimates, right? The Apinia, Rolling Thunder not available. Leviathan only now this round he's getting his Armageddon. So now's a striking at the right times. They're striking when ultimates are offline for Full Sense. But this time, they've got to be careful. Apinia's one of his. Armageddon's in the back pocket for Leviathan as well. And money's looking awkward for Full Sense. So they're gonna send everything into this round.
Yeah, and
Gotta expect it.
It's concerning for Full Sense because NAOS now move over to the default. They understand that Full Sense love to push out with that Neon, especially a Potter. Leviathan creeping up towards the lobby as well. But here we go. Shot from the operator. Doesn't connect. Not only that, it's 2 ops here for NAOS, an outlaw as well. They want to punish anyone from Full Sense peeking. And the Zan, check this corner. He moves it to A-Long. That could be 2 decisively taken down. Nice swing out after Sun. Leviathan, only good for the 1 though. Full Sense finding a bit of value. And they want to do it again. Look at this omen. Sephiroth now creeping on up.
Potter's got the flank on watch as well. The rotations from Full Sense are all here. They've got every single piece that they would desire in the right places that they need to hit their shot. And here comes now with the full commit.
He's gonna go for the TP! He goes for the challenge! And Laz tried to go for the punish, but it's a little too late. Opinion though, he gets away with this one. He'll get the Rolling Thunder. Never gonna happen. San will say, into the smoke. San is just unstoppable! PTC is well watching the lobby. Overdrive in full effect, but Potter is marked, and they know exactly where he's going. Nice fry though, onto the first. Here we go with San up close. San! What can you even do against him at this point? 3 for San, and it's 8 rounds for NAOS as we end the first half.
Massive whiff coming in from Apinia. I hate to point it out, but he needed to get that kill into Zan. Great first kill to be found. The trade comes through, but this right here, the sidestep from Zan. And you can see the duelist in him, right, when he plays Omen. Finding a triple kill here to close out the half. Now
On the offensive, Potter, a quiet game for him though. He needs to really step on up if they want to stand a chance. Now the challenge is there, and Valden punished early on.
a chance now on the pistol. PTC, I don't know what's gotten into him. A little bit jittery. Let's lose the right click. But no contact just yet. It's just Xavier 8K by his lonesome here to detect a push. Oh my god, the timing.
And he has the darts at least to try and stall.
Here.
Full Sense though have gotten closer, and the shot from Sephiroth will signal that Full Sense will get the commit going. Salva also trying to flush Savvy out. A small sliver to work with, but it's not good enough. Full Sense now, they get the plant and they get the intel that the flank is the play.
But they're all on the flank though, Dax. I don't think they've got any legs to this retake. They have to, you know, retake so much space. Short is compromised as well. Heaven is now... Is it Heaven or Hell? Yeah, Hell is being taken up by Full Sense. And they're just gonna mark this angle. Not gonna give them a chance, a lighter day. Shots to be found. Oh, Zed and Moja finding kills. A chance, an opportunity. But no, squandered. Leviathan picks up a triple kill to end their attempts here. Full Sense with 5.
Yeah, it's a nice try there from the flank, but truth be told, the round was over as soon as Full Sense got that A side. It's just so overwhelming, especially now with the Tejo into play. We were saying it a while ago that the first few rounds Full Sense were winning. It's because they're punishing players with the double stuns alongside the Tejo. It's gonna happen yet again, and NAOS can't play these committed angles as much as they would like.
Do we see something happen like the first half where it's just trading rounds back and forth? The team with a weaker buy gets it.
It might happen,
We'll
but
see.
Potter's trying to make sure that this can be as clean as can be for Full Sense. Outlaw in hand, Potter with a second. And good hunting here for Potter. He's found game, he's got game, and with those 2 picks, they can easily just put themselves towards that A that's free anyway.
Xavi, what can you muster here?
I appreciate the hype at that Coldan, but we all know there's
You
no
never
way.
know.
Nah, dude, as soon as I saw Leviathan looking that way, it's like no chance. But Mojer, he does chance at least a kill. Now he's gone. And Full Sense, 2 rounds in a row, relatively clean. And Potter and Leviathan getting a good set of kills along the way.
Alright.
Alright.
Gun round now. Anti-bonus for NAOS. Standard round coming in. Great shot from Potter to really keep things honest, not let these equal rounds go awry.
This goes here.
Huh?
Yes, this should
Great to
just
see
goes
though.
there.
On the cams immediately. Full Sense, good mental. They know, of course, that this game still in reach. And the bonus win here would be massive if they can make the play happen. So far, so good. But Mojer now, the shutdown onto Potter, that is even bigger. Without the Neon, they're gonna lack that execute power to play onto the site. C, though, is open for business. Camera's broken, Apinya and the rest, considering perhaps that backside hold. It's Valden trying to get in position, but because of the smoke, Full Sense hesitate, and they're gonna back away because of it.
Little do they know, there's literally nobody in the seaside. Only now is Valden coming in to just double check things. They don't really have much access, right? It's only Les. It's got a little bit of a foot room here towards garage, but still there's a tripwire there, and 3 players leading towards this seaside.
The drone, though, will give them good intel that they can play into the garage. They also get to suppress, I believe, onto at least 1 player there. Given that, Full Sense now, they take their talents towards that B site. Good rotation so far from Full Sense, but now it's an angle to still have that link control. Mojer with 10 HP brings 1 more to the grave with him. Now then, now Esports, pressure coming in from C-Link this time. They want to catch Apinya especially. He got Valden clearing out the backside there. Now here comes Valden, shields up, and Apinya falls. Meticulous play here from NAOS. They brought in the brooms, but Laz is still trying to make a mess. Never mind, it's all mopped up, and NAOS Esports on their bye to get the round.
Yeah, that's fantastic work coming in. The deterrence just from the smoke itself towards the seaside. They choose to go in towards B, but you know, B is always a side that's difficult to hold in the post plant. If you don't get an extremity under your control, Apinya, well, he stayed there for quite a while. And yeah, as you mentioned, Moja just 10 HP with that kill. I love the back and forth. Apinya just not knowing which angle to watch for first. The discipline coming in from Leviathan not to peek first allows his teammate to get contact. The one with the shield, that's Valdin. Xavi was the one that let Valdin get that kill first. So, again, lovely stuff. Lovely back and forth. Now, that anti-bonus. Looking to put one more on the board though, but it's a big fight that might be brewing here on the A side.
Wow, we're already on it, and Potter quickly finding two here, but the pressure isn't over because Valdin wants to push the limit through the Cyber Cage. Even special delivery stand spotted. Too risky and too ambitious. You know what they say about Icarus? Just fly too high, you will fall. Stand there, caught on height. And with the 4v2 now, it's just full sense. Looking to finish it all off. Valdin, could he come up clutch? Answers no. PTC, I know you're great. I know you're amazing. But a judge in this scenario, I don't think so.
Spike planted.
If I were him, they
No,
know.
They know
he's there. They see it.
PTC. You know, he tried.
Foiled.
He tried to pull off the solid snake, but no, he gets the intercom. PTC.
Yeah.
PTC. PTC. That's all I got. This round's over, man.
Well, it feels like it's the first time anyone has died to the spike. You know, feels like even if the round is barely winnable, they still give it their best shot. PTC.
No, Colin.
Okay, no death to the spike.
He's there to prove you wrong. He just did that to prove you
I
wrong.
like that.
Just,
Yeah, he heard me.
Yeah, I heard you. Caster Curse? No. PTC picking up the rifle, but very convincing round from Full Sense. And that might make NAOS think twice, right, on playing aggressive, since Full Sense have so many quick responses, especially with Potter fired up now in the second half. They can handle that early aggression.
That kind of aggression, I'd love to see that a little bit coordinated from the NAOS side. Yeah, you have double duelists, but I think it can work, right? Especially with the Yoru and ISO. Right? ISOs are really good for getting that initial kill. You got Yoru that can back them up with flashes and for a fast rotate with the teleport. So I'd love to see them fight for a little bit of map control. But for the time being, it is just Xavi and PTC with the rifles in this one.
Yeah.
See if they can find something.
I mean, we've noted it already a while ago, right? Full Sense, if they find any kind of weakness, if they sense that NAOS is disjointed, they will be very quick on the punish, and we witnessed that especially in that lobby play that San and Valdin were trying to do there. Still, Full Sense now onto the default. After the previous round, perhaps expecting a more gung-ho approach from NAOS given the economy. Savvy, perhaps some heroics within the smoke. He's silent. He hasn't been checked as of yet. The timing is perfection! Savvy 8K, what have you done? He's gotten two with the Guardian! And now NAOS, they have a chance to fight here. Full Sense. They're looking for angle towards B. But then again, NAOS, they're thinking about giving that space, pick up the gun, see though the pivot. The tripwire broken here. And we watch what PTC can do now. The rifle on hand. The paranoia is perfection. And PTC looking to put his name on the table. San as well guns them down. It's just a quick robbery up close. He snatched and grabbed. He's found the kills and now's with 10.
Xavi, the one of the two players with a rifle, picks up a double kill. And the utility, the paranoia was so beautifully timed for PTC to pick that one up. And then Zen coming around the back lines. Sheriff, close range shots. And well, the 6 shooter will deal its damage.
Brother. Look, usually you get a game like this, it's like assassinations, right? You're killing from afar, that kind of deal. But no, they had shivs. They just shanked Full Sense like that. Shanked them with the Guardian and the Sheriff. And we have seen in this series, NAOS have been pulling off some of the most incredible clutch kills from map 1 here into map 2. The Full Sense game plan, it's sound, it's solid, but NAOS is just disrupting them when they least expect it.
Are you sure it's sound? Because it looks like it's a bit shaky from the coach's perspective.
I'm glad you picked that up. Oh,
They're quaking in their boots.
man, this is
They're realizing things could slip away. NAOS are 10 rounds to theirs of 7.
brother.
3 more rounds and NAOS eliminate Split 1 champions.
Not eliminate, not eliminate.
Oh, sorry, not eliminate. No, I'm
Send-
getting ahead of myself.
Send them down to face off against
Motive.
Motive. Here we go again. Full Sense versus the DSG Kimi Kitten Motive Core part. What, 4? I don't know anymore by this
Yeah,
point
I think
in
it's 4.
BCG. I think so too. But while Coach Leaf is shaking, NAOS is looking solid as a rock. Full Sense. Yet again, there's that expectation about that A push. The Shock Dart as well being sent early on. A warning signal for Potter and the rest. But Valden and Mojer, they're here to play and here to slay. Hunter's Fury as well, looking for a target. Sephiroth is just turned into prime rib by this point. Savvy's cooking, and NAOS have found 2.
A beautiful shot coming from Xavi. It's a long-range lightning bolt that strikes fear in the hearts of Full Sense. They took the time out and then they lost 2 players instantly. They try to pivot towards B, but guess who's here? It's a full NAOS squad.
NAOS, they're prepped for any kind of angle. And Valden even finding Apinya out in the open. Things falling apart fast. Here for the side of Full Sense. And given this back, NAOS now can just bit by bit find these picks. Mojer challenging yet again. Now they know with A lobby taken, the rest of NAOS, or at least in this case, Sabi looking to enforce his fellow Filipino.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, and NAOS are aware of, you know, any potential ways for Full Sense to get back into this one. They play together. I say together. Xavi peeks up by himself. Oh man, timings are crazy, but okay, 14 seconds. Do you just say
done.
the spike's not the same?
10
Yeah.
seconds left.
I would have thought that Laz would just go for it. Maybe the timer, they just didn't feel confident, but that's unfortunate. Leviathan, he gave it the good old college try. And, yuck. Shields and
Money's
gun
horrible.
games, what do you think?
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah.
This is awkward, right, Dax? Look at their money. It's in an awkward situation, but look at their ultimates. They've got quite a few to work around with. Most notably, right, the Armageddon as well as the Rolling Thunder. 2 fantastic outs for an execute or oppose plan position. But yeah, you got questions. Your money's not in the best spot. Do you want to go for a set play? Do you want to wait out the rounds and slowly try to pull it apart before you commit the ults? That's a lot of internal discussions that need to be made. And well, speaking of discussions, it's going to be a fast one coming in from Potter.
And they have to do it during the game. No more timeouts for Full Sense. I was wondering, Full Sense, they've had a lack of ultimates being used in this map. Finally, they at least unleashed the Armageddon early. Mojer responds with a dimensional drift. They also get the intel now. Apinya, here comes the kidnap as well. Who's taken? It's Sephiroth. Valden versus Sephiroth as Laz gets Mojer. Laz with 2 off screen, but Valden wins the challenge at least. Now, they have interrupted the plan. The Neural Theft gonna be into play. They can't play into cyber cages anymore. Valden trying to lead the charge here yet again. Spike planted, but the action isn't over. Contingency into play. Potter, with that little HP, he still gets the job done. Huge for Full Sense. Massive kills from Leviathan as well. But Sabi AK all alone. A 1v2. We've seen him clutch before. And here it comes from the garage. Full Sense, an inkling of what's going on, but the challenge is isolated. Sabi again. He's 1 away from doing it once more. But Apinya into the corner. Savvy spotted. Apinya handles it. And Full Sense, they needed that one. They get 8.
Oh, it's down to the wire, Dax. 21 HP. One more bullet would have done it. Full Sense still clinging on to dear hope. They stave off that scary 12 on the board. Laz off screen. I wish we could see that, but Potter, 1 HP, still catches onto Valden. Xavi right there, unaware of that setup from Apinya up and towards Logs. Against a trade of rounds, but Full Sense invested 2 of their ultimates, the Rolling Thunder as well as the Armageddon. But now it's still in a pretty solid spot. This time they want to test this A side. It's a fast one yet again.
If Full Sense get momentum, this game is still doable. Here they go. Potter checking the corner, but not with the gun out. Savvy AK, the poison pill there. But Leviathan, the antidote, of course. A double should be good. San also found this pace working now in favor of Full Sense. Leviathan popping off heavy. Here comes the plant. Leviathan's not done. Monstrous from Leviathan. In these fast few rounds, 9 for Full Sense. They still have a heartbeat here.
Oh, they're gonna need a little bit more than that to take down the Beast of the Sea. 20 and 13, Leviathan. He was the agent, or at least the player to swap over, right? The role change from Sova towards the Teho.
This goes here.
And I kind of bet on him saying, hey, he's gonna find a lot of impact with his utility, and now he's finding great impact with his frags as well. This is just brewing for Full Sense. They're not gonna go down without a fight. Now it's awkward buy this time around. Aggression down towards mid. Let's see what they can sort of muster here. The camera, just to spot him out, forces him back to a safer angle.
Yeah.
Round reset yet again.
I think NAOS should consider calling a timeout if this keeps up. Full Sense. They are just running away with it with the past few rounds. And you've said it, like, we were noticing Leviathan with the roles, with the agent swap on the map. No stranger to the tale, of course. He did play it on Pearl versus Motive. But if anyone can do it, it would be him. San caught in the stun. Tripwire there. San, though, just doesn't understand what's going on. And due to that fact, Full Sense disrupting the Omen to get that pick. Spike to be planted. Leviathan continuing the rampage. It's 2 already down here on the NAOS side. Full Sense with control again.
Oh, they've awoken the beast stacks. Leviathan's on a rampage. Xavi's one of his Hunter's Fury. If he finds a kill, if they're not given anything, they're all playing post plan. Look at Full Sense all towards a C-long position. They only leave Potter there to just be a little bit of a nuisance on towards side. Maybe disrupt, get a kill perhaps, but it's a save if I've ever seen one. Now need to maintain the economy.
There's a call it here. Leviathan. Well, we praise the old gods from time to time. And right now, we should sing him more and more of those hymns. Opinia as well.
Ooh.
After that whiff a while ago, right, in that first half, Opinia has become more stable with his shots. Full Sense. We say it a bunch about them. They refuse to lose. This is a team that will make sure that NAOS will have to work for a potential dub. And this is 3 rounds in a row to make sure that this score is this close.
Just as you call timeout, but this... Oh, okay, I thought it was Full Sense.
No,
Now
they don't have any timeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like Full Sense doesn't have any timeouts. It's just
Right,
NAOS now
right.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a very important one, as you mentioned, this is towards the tail end. You mentioned about the Filipino orgs / teams' difficulties in closing out maps. We've seen NAOS go to multiple overtimes against different teams. This time out here, surely it's to put that final nail in the coffin. 2 rounds required.
To be fair to them, it worked last map, if you remember. It was
Exactly, yeah.
a similar close scoreline on Icebox. NAOS was just a handful away from closing it out. They called this timeout. They set it up well into that last round itself, and they took the win 13-11. So the proof is there. The evidence is there. But then again, Full Sense is just always going to make you uncomfortable. And NAOS just can't afford to flinch at this point, because with Potter being awakened a bit more, with Leviathan getting multi-kill after multi-kill, NAOS needs to be able to stand up against him.
Xavi's got his Hunter's Fury. They've got their full buy into this round, but they don't really have more ultimates to work around with the Hunter's Fury. And similar scenes can be seen on the other side. It's just that Armageddon. So 2 influential ults. See who has essentially a better one this time, which is off angle.
Potter, fast lane, alongside the Armageddon. It's a perpendicular slate, sure, but it's all the space that Full Sense wants to claim. Then again, though, distance is the friend of NAOS. The blind thinking it's up for the ice to cross. San instead found by Opinia. First kill drawn here by Full Sense. Valden now ready to challenge. A double tap still up and running. But despite though planted, special delivery right now making it tough for PTC. But Savvy, a spray to get to. PTC now trying to cross. It's still hit by the trip bar. Now it's broken. Leviathan waiting on the other side. Laz is there, marked and ready. This is a crossfire that Full Sense need to sink. Never mind, Laz gets ahead of things, and we see it all tied up, 11-11.
Full Sense have awakened. This is what, four rounds in a row?
Yeah.
unanswered. Now they try their best with the Hunter's Fury, doesn't get anything. Xavi with a spray down, but the man advantage still retains in the full sense side. And now economy is in question for NAOS. They lose this, they have nothing for the final round.
It's just so tough for NAOS to play the retake early to try and prevent that plant. I was watching that smoke. It was just peppered by so much utility by Full Sense. And
Yeah.
small bit of Valden's hesitation. It's not just about Mojer being desynchronized with him. It's players like San who get caught out in the open instead. Right though, into the garage. Valden has to back on away here. Rolling Thunder. It just misses wildly. And with the angle Mojer has! He's found two! Similar to what we did yesterday on Icebox. Two with the sniper, and Valden holding close. Blinded still. Leviathan with the one. Sando alive and kicking. Mojer's gotten 3 for the round. The blind side to try and find the target here. But Mojer, it's maximum effort and maximum impact. 4 for Mojer, as NAOS are on series point against the defending champions.
Oh, and the chips are down. The money's in a world of question. He pulls out the glass cannon operator, dodges the Rolling Thunder, assisted by the Paranoia. Second one's easy, teleports away, comes in for a quad kill at the very end. This is what you want from Mojer. 4 kills in that one. Other than that, you know, he was 10 and 16 the previous, now up to 14 and 16. A little bit quiet, but it's catching up to the rest of the pack. 12 now found for NAOS. Is this gonna repeat off Icebox? Is it gonna be a 13-11, or will Full Sense push it into an overtime affair?
Look, when he gets loud, it's at the most opportune moments. Mojer, sure, it hasn't been the most consistent affair on the Yoru, but he has really stepped up when NAOS needed the most. Not just today, but also yesterday. A quick little ping onto the smoke, marking that there's presence here for Full Sense. A default right now, though. They're still respecting the presence of the operator. And I'm looking at Full Sense. What can they even get in terms of the ult department? Potter needs to pop off if he wants to swing momentum with a potential overdrive later on.
They need to find out where this op is. They need to identify where it is to avoid it. And so far, it's just a lurk smoke down towards C. And again, Mojer's going to reassume that angle. And that allows for the bit of a stack here towards this A side. It's a bit of a retake setup. They've got the kill contract available. So yeah, they're just going to let them have access towards the plant. Maybe the ISO can take the spike away for a while.
Okay. He's gotten the Apinya in trouble, but Apinya! Masterful work to win the fight. Now PTC though in the chaos. He's able to mark these targets. PTC, that's huge. Sand as well. NAOS, they thrive in the chaos. They reach for the greatest of all heights, and now they fly to the finals. NAOS Esports sweep Full Sense here